What is the progress of the arrest or investigation of the NSCN cadres, two cadres? The cash award was already announced.
Yeah, we have made substantial progress. As you are aware, that we know who were the people behind it. But the first step of the people who were behind this abduction, we have narrowed down onto that. Subsequently, we've announced a reward, as you are aware. So we have got some leads. We are working on the leads. Uh, these people have just gone underground, apparently, as of now. Um, we will make all possible efforts to get them arrested as soon as possible. Meanwhile, my request to to the Niki faction is that if you know where the cadres are, please help them to get them. It's a good opportunity of building good relations with the police and the public. Secondly, my request and my suggestion, advice to the public of Nagaland in general on this matter is we have circulated in detail who are the people involved behind it and announced rewards. While a reward is for getting the information, but we will not spare anyone who has been involved in providing shelter to anyone of these people or harboring these people. So if you are interacting with them, harboring them or sheltering them, please be careful because you will face the law also and also the wrath of the public in due course of time.
So it has now become a trend to abduct and ask for extortion. So what measures are the police taking to ensure that such kind of illegal activities, come at least lower down to a certain extent?
See, in Dimapur and Kohima, mostly, some other places also, these incidents are very sporadic. Dimapur and Kohima, it does happen, but as I've been saying repeatedly, it is very unfortunate that these happen. Uh, on our part, in coordination with the Assam Rifle and other agencies, we have been deploying a sufficient number of manpower, whether in uniform or in plain clothes, and we have been tightening our surveillance measures to get information about abduction. There are a lot of cases where abduction and also people, cadres of various organizations or criminals carrying weapons have been arrested by the police. A lot of times, in fact, on no occasion do we intend to give the details of the informers to the police. So we don't give details to the public about where we got the information from, but we have intervened in a lot of cases to catch arms and ammunition and also to rescue people. Uh, we have been doing our best. We will continue to do our best. But again, I think the public in general needs to come openly to us, share information with us. I've had meetings with the chambers of commerce, the IO people, and other civil societies also. I understand, we all understand in the government that it is sometimes very difficult for an individual to give a complaint against the abductors or extortion. But luckily in Nagaland, we have a vibrant system of civil society organizations and NGOs. I would want to request all residents of Nagaland to make use of the offices of the civil societies and the NGOs. You can approach your NGO or civil society or your village association or anyone, discuss with them and request them to file a complaint on your behalf, which will mean that you are safe behind a sort of a curtain. We will talk to the NGOs or the civil societies and get information and start acting against the criminals. I think this needs to be done more and more. I would encourage people to do this more. I have been saying that you are free and welcome to report to the police at all levels, right from a constable in the street to the police station or to the DGP using various platforms or personal interaction. Sadly, that part has not gained too much momentum. I would request that please approach us in case you have problems. I think we get a lot of information from interpersonal interactions with the public, members of the public or victims. but there is a lot of scope for improvement in this. I think people need to trust us more and also use the NGOs to report to us.
So people are questioning a lot regarding the ceasefire ground rules. So as a member of the subsidiary board, do you think it's high time that the ministry, the government of India also takes a review on this?
See, the ceasefire ground rules have been negotiated by the various factions with the government of India. They are quite old. In most cases, they are quite old. I think the evolution of the ceasefire ground rules should be a dynamic process. If there are problems in the implementation, we need to look at it. If there are ambiguities in the ceasefire ground rules, which are leaving enough room for the factions or even for the government agencies to violate them, or there is ambiguity in interpretation, I think those ambiguities need to be closed down. If it can be done through interpretation at the level of the chairman ceasefire monitoring group or the ceasefire monitoring group and the ceasefire supervisory board, Nagaland police and the Nagaland government would welcome that if that resolution can take place at this level. However, if there is a larger issue of interpretation and the government of India has to be approached so that the signatories can mutually agree to amendment of the ground rules, Nagaland police and the Nagaland government is open to that.
So regarding the appointment of the overnight exec person which was cancelled by the court, so what is the new process being undertaken now?
As you're aware that the Honorable High Court has questioned the appointments of those 935 constables on one single criteria that the posts were not advertised, and they have asked us to advertise the posts. In due course of time, we will advertise those posts for recruitments. You just have to wait for a while. Meanwhile, I would also want to say that while we are undertaking measures to advertise those posts, every citizen in the country, including the constables against whose appointments these orders have been passed, they have recourse to legal remedies. They can go either on appeal or on review or revision petitions to the Honorable Guwahati High Court or the principal bench or to the Supreme Court. So we would just wait for a while we are doing the administrative processes involved, because we have directions for completing the process in 6 months. But meanwhile, the constables also have legal remedies. So during that process, if they can obtain any other orders which are to their benefit or which are different set of instructions, we would follow that also.
So and also regarding the fight against drugs that you have launched in your department, so how is that progressing, and so far, how is it being helpful in controlling the drug menace in the state?
See, we have been very, very successful in this fight against drugs. I would say that the trafficking through Nagaland has come down a lot, but a lot is still taking place. Okay, it's very difficult to catch every gram of drug or every kilogram of drug. I think our progress would be about 10% of the drug which is flowing through Nagaland we may be able to intercept, because these criminals use multiple methods. Say if they are taking big drugs in trucks, there are like hundreds of trucks running from Manipur to Assam every day. So it's very difficult to check all the vehicles unless we have specific information. But we are making decent progress. We have almost a list of about 1,000 odd people in Manipur who are involved in trafficking. We have made some efforts to catch them. We will enhance our efforts, but because of the ongoing situation in Manipur, it's a bit of a hindrance because Manipur police is involved in its own law and order issues. So we don't want to create the problem afresh for them. But we are on top of the job. Wherever we have specific information, we do pick up people from Manipur also. Manipur police has been helpful, but we don't expect at this point of time 100% of cooperation in 100% of the cases from Manipur police, especially if it is going to lead to law and order problems in Manipur. Within Nagaland, our fight has been quite successful. All agencies of the government are involved. We get decent help, decent information from the public on this. Interestingly, I think I have mentioned this earlier, but I would mention again. Initially, we used to think there is a lot of drug coming from Myanmar into Nagaland through Myanmar, which means through eastern Nagaland districts, the bordering districts. But of late, in the past 4 to 5 months, we have Nagaland police and also Assam Rifles in a one odd case. We have caught a lot of people who are taking drugs from Myanmar through Dimapur and Kohima back to eastern districts of Nagaland, including in Mon and Longwa. So this is a very surprising trend that we have noticed. So I think people need to be aware of this. Some of the village council chairmen of eastern districts, especially in Mon and Junsang, have been very helpful. When we catch someone or we suspect someone, they have been very helpful in identifying them and corroborating the information that they already sort of knew that these people are involved in drugs. So it all helps. Again, on the front of drugs, I would request everyone to come to us with information. Rest assured that your identities will be kept secret. We will not reveal your identities or the source of the information.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr.